Oh my gosh. Hi from inside the car. Hi. How's it going? Today is a little too windy for me to film outside. My camera equipment kept falling over, so I gave up. And today we're just gonna go ahead and film from the interior of the 2025 Genesis G80. Okay, let's get going. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Sparkplug TV. My name is Chris and I do car reviews for quite literally everybody, not just car enthusiasts. Please don't forget, as always, to like this video, comment something down below, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell icon so that you get notified whenever I drop a new video, which is whenever I can. Typically Fridays at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you for your support. Any and all support helps me continue to do this channel and to do what I love to do, and hopefully y'all love what I do too. So, with that being said, we are in the mid-size luxury sedan that carries the Genesis name on its back, quite literally. Back in around, I think 2009, and I will correct myself if I'm wrong, the Hyundai Genesis came out originally as a mid-size luxury kind of offshoot sub-brand of Hyundai. I think they just wanted to kind of dip their toe and see if they could pull off a luxury car. And they certainly did, because by 2016, they made a fully subsidiary company called Genesis Motors. So technically we are in the second generation of the G80, but all new for 2025 is a few redesign updates, whatever you want to call it, that are going to keep it fresh for this uber competitive market. So what is new for 2025? I'm so glad you asked. So the front fascia is different. It's got a more sporty vibe to it. It's got a little bit better line work in my opinion. I really like the way that it looks. I think it's a lot tougher looking. The back end is a little bit different too. It's got, of course, the micro lens array LED headlamp situation, which is supposed to help, even though LED headlamps are like already pretty bright in and of themselves. But as I said in my last video, I do kind of wish that they were turning, but they are a cool upgrade. Also new for 2025 is going to be the four-wheel steering. So this is the 3.5T Sport Prestige package, and it is the only trim level that comes standard, and there's no other trim level that you can get it optioned with the four-wheel steering. So that's pretty interesting. There's also a new brake setup. So on the interior, pretty much this looks more like a new car compared to the exterior's redesign. It's got a 3-spoke steering wheel. One moment. Anyways, it's got a 3-spoke steering wheel, which is new. The new 27-inch OLED display, which is going to be basically in almost all of their products. They just launched the GV70 2026 model with the same exact, almost identical interior to the GV80, and now this, the G80, with the 27-inch OLED display. Now, I already talked about it in my last video. I mean, it's clear, it's concise. I like the gradation with the native system. It's a little too harsh for the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. But everything else, it's very nice. It's very quick and responsive. The center stack is also brand new. Again, not a lot of buttons. Kind of wish there were some more buttons, but it's still very nice. And honestly, I think it's a little bit easier to deal with in a sedan version, more so than it is in the SUV application. I think maybe because it's just a little bit shorter. I'm not really sure. But speaking of that, this shares the same platform with the GV80, which is its own bespoke platform that I forgot the name of, that I will put down below. They're the only two cars that share this exact same platform. Let's talk about the powertrain. Just like the GV80, this comes with two different powertrains, either the turbocharged 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine with 300 horsepower, or this one, which is the 3.5-liter twin turbocharged V6 that outputs 375 horsepower and 391 pound-feet of torque. The difference is that this one is a lot sportier because it's got a rear electronically limited slip differential. It gets 0 to 60 miles an hour in 4.7 seconds and has a top speed of 155 miles an hour. This thing can't tow, obviously. It's a sedan. Well, I don't know, the 5 Series can tow actually. I didn't look up any tow ratings, and I don't think you're gonna tow with this, even though it's on the same platform. Anyways, This thing is just made to be a lot sportier, and the engine definitely shows it, because this is also new for 2025. There are some new features in the drive modes as well. So the drive modes, you've got Sport, Sport Plus, Comfort, and My mode. And also new for 2025 is going to be the launch control, which I do have a clip of that I can show you from my TikTok, but I'm not gonna do it right now. To put it into launch control, you're gonna put it into Sport Plus mode. You're going to turn off the ESC. There we go. Hold the brake with your left foot and then mash on the accelerator. It gives you a launch control ready symbol, and it revs it up to 2,300 RPMs. And then you go. Really tall gear shifts. I mean, honestly, the V6 in this is a totally different beast than it is in the GV80. I actually almost like this better in this application over the GV80. I think it makes more sense. And I mean, the GV80, it was a lot smoother and crisper. And don't get me wrong, it's smooth and crisp in this, but this one demands you to kind of go a little crazy with it. So let's talk about pricing. So this comes in 6 different trim levels, with the 2.5T starting around $58,000, but this is the 3.5T Sport Prestige coming in around $78,000. All right, now before I get into some more of the driving aspect of it, let's talk about some more details on the G80. So I guess let's just go over general aesthetics of it. And this thing just looks so good on the exterior. I love the way the G80 looks. It's got a gorgeous side profile. It's got a gorgeous front end. And one thing I forgot to mention is that new for 25 as well is going to be the front grille. The front grille did get a bit of a redesign where they kind of put more crosshatch styling in the front grille itself. So it's just a really cool looking car. I really love the dual line symmetry that just goes around the entirety of the car. And the back end, you know, I'm not the biggest fan of the G90's back end. I can't get behind the dual LED light bar in the back, but I think that the G80's back end is the most stunning. I really love the way that it looks. I just think it's like clean enough, but it's got enough, you know, design work on it that it does look like a very nice luxury car. The LED tail lamps, they look like cubes, just like in the GV80. It's got a 13 cubic foot storage trunk that is, I think that's par for the midsize sedan course at this point. Now, to speak on the interior, sometimes when you put a single panel OLED display in a car, it kind of loses a lot of its like design points, right? But this, they somehow improved it with this singular panel display. And I say that because they kind of added more levels to the dashboard. The dashboard is stunning, it's gorgeous. I just love the way that it looks. I really believe that this was made for this car. The G80 I think was made, I don't know, that's what it looks like to me anyways. Finally, let's talk about the fact that this has an electronically controlled suspension with sport tuning and 4 piston brakes, as well as a road preview. Basically, it uses the same kind of technology that the GV80 uses in order to preempt the road. Currently, I'm in Sport Plus mode, and as you can hear, it is begging me to dog it. Now, I can't dog it here because I'm in a speed-controlled environment, but in general, I mean, this mode wants you to absolutely just tear it up. I don't know why I haven't done this sooner. This is like my favorite new wave. Just think about how far they've come in such a short amount of time that I'm now sitting in a car with Napa leather, with, you know, haptic feedback touch controls, with, you know, this kind of faux diamond thing that they could use to work on, but that's fine. It's nice. It's still nice. It's got a heads-up display. It's got soft closed doors that I forgot to mention. It's got a suede headliner. It's got this gorgeous dashboard. It's a stunning dashboard, and it's fun to drive. I wouldn't say that the suspension is as tight as I would like it to be, especially for how sporty they're trying to make it kind of come across, but that doesn't make it any less fun to drive, because it really is a ton of fun to drive, especially with this twin turbo V6. again, not only is the interior and the OLED display and like this platform made for the G80, in my opinion, I feel like the 6-cylinder is made for this G80. It's just that good. It's calm and comfort when it needs to be, but it is absolutely uproarious as all get out when it also needs to be. This thing is very impressive. I think that, like, if you are not a fan of the newest 5 Series, or maybe you're not a fan of the Hyperscreen in the E-Class, you're ready for the ES to have a redesign and they haven't done it yet, this is the car for you. So anyways, that's all I've got for today. Thank you all so much. I hope this wind calms down. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye. Bye. Hey Sparks, thanks for watching today's video. Do you want more Sparkplug TV content? Then you can choose one of these 3 options right over here. The middle button is to subscribe to my channel, so please do that. Right over here. These 3. I can't see them in real life, but they're right here.